I'm Abhirav Chitnis. I'm Onta and I'm playing for Voetsek. I'm playing since 4 years. It's been a long time and I've been playing in a lot of teams. So that's it.
Hi, I'm Darshan, also known as A35, and I play for Voetsek as their offlane. And I've been playing Dota for almost 7 years.
Played in a whole bunch of teams, and my most successful teams were OG and That Gaming and Kakri's team also. So I enjoyed playing in OG, but due to my some academic issues I could not continue to play. And after this performance in DG in this tournament, I'm thinking to continue, but I can't say anything about future.
Till now I've played in 2 teams, that is BOC and DG, That Gaming. I think I've played for 6 months with BOC and we've played a lot of online tournaments. My first LAN tournament with DG was in Kolkata, the qualifiers for IESL, and we played 2 more, that is free to play and the IESL main event.
Indian Dota 2 scene has been much enhanced after the Dota 1 scene, and a lot of players are starting to play Dota 2, and the gaming community has been increased a much larger scope. And I think OG was unbeatable till now, I think, but after this performance many teams have got hopes and so that they can defeat OG. And it's not all about skill, but it's also about draft. I think 70% is draft and 30% is skill. Still, if we continue, I think we can beat OG after a lot of practice.
The Indian Dota community is really very large, and I think OG can be beaten. The main reason because OG wasn't beaten is that the teams weren't stable. Each team used to change after every tournament, so that is the main reason that OG couldn't be beaten. But now I think if the players decide to be stable decide to play with a stable lineup, then they might be able to beat OG.
DJ is fun mostly with Atul, and outside the game Atul is a fun box, but no chance is a too much shy guy. I've never seen in my life that guy is so shy. He's sitting next beside me, and I can't even hear his voice, what he's calling out. And in game, I think we all played much better. In the first game with MYB, I think we were panicked by the Crobelis pick, and so the panic draft comes out and we pick a axe. So that was a sad game in all, but we can make a good team if we continue in future.
Playing with DG is a lot of fun. I think Atul must be the most Imba player in DG. He's gone through a lot of dirt, so that is why we are named by Dirt Gaming. I think we coordinate really well, all the players, but the only problem in our team is no chance. Don't mind him. I think he's a really silent player. He doesn't say anything in game or out of the game. Even out of the game he doesn't talk to us, so I think that's the only point that hurts me.
Well, the tournament was good, IESL, the setup was good, the pieces were good, and also the schedule was also timed, but the admins were a bit strict, and also the games were much fun, and the pressure under which we played was also magnificent. But the only drawback I saw was that the second, third, fourth prize was, they say the sponsored products of Logitech, but they gave us a Rockstar CD and what other CD? Student of the Year CD and a speaker. Yeah, I don't think that was justified, but overall the tournament was decent. In the first game, the draft was actually good, and we thought we tried to counter Wisp and Tiny by Nix, and we were quite prepared for them to come. But that game went quite out of hand, and maybe a mistake or so. The top relocate was not quite that good, and so the tides turned, and we got the first game. The next two games were like, we also drafted quite sadly in the next two games, because in the second game we had Trilin like Razor, Visage and Abaddon, and actually we had no lockdown. We had mid Invoker, top Slug actually killed Photom, but after that we had no lockdown to keep them in position to so that Razor could hit. And the next game was a bit, our morale was down, so we tried to play as it is. The fourth game we were under so much pressure, and in that pressure we said that we'll try something new, but actually we had practiced that Enigma strat in team matchmaking, and it worked out quite well. And in the final game, the drafts were again the draft problem.
I think all the games were fun. The first game was a really close game, but later on it went in favor of us. I think the second game was also we could have won the second game too, but there were certain places where we didn't have enough detection, and so the Mirana ulti saved everyone. The third game, I think the draft was the reason that we lost. So the fourth game, we had practiced the fourth game picks in team matchmaking, and we have been successful with those picks. It worked on OG as well. The reason why we lost the fifth game were mainly the draft. We mispicked Rubik. We should have picked an Invoker instead of the Rubik. I think we had a chance if we had done it.
Shoutouts to Bocha, Atul, Spawn Gaming, Oblique Gaming, and mostly no chance for an Invoker. In the game in which we already had lost the game, but he played so well, I can't say much.
Shout out to all the players of DG, MYB, OG, and shout out to AFK Gaming.